Hi, I'm Elliot Trotter. I'm the editor-in-chief of Sky Magazine and the founder of Sky Magazine. I have been playing Ultimate for about 10 years now and have done a lot within the sport. And considered by some to be somewhat knowledgeable, although at times I will question that. But as someone that's played a bunch of Ultimate and has maybe achieved some success, I've been cut a lot, and like not just like, oh, I got cut from a team that would have been sweet that I eventually made. No, I got cut from teams that I really aspired to be a part of, and not just once, over and over again. And that experience, it's happened throughout my career in club ultimate. In college ultimate was a different story. We didn't have a team, so when we made the team, I got to be captain my sophomore year, and we formed the team our freshman year, and we didn't really have a captain. Then sophomore year, we decided, well, we should have some captains. I'm like, I'm going to be the captain. Luckily, I was terrible at the time, so the team was actually quite horrible itself. But I never had that experience of being cut from an ultimate team in college. I remember trying out for Seattle Voodoo. The Seattle Sockeye existed, and I knew they were really good. I went to their combine once. And I was like, oof, I was just nowhere in their realm. But I saw Seattle Voodoo, and I saw a lot of young players that were like me, either still in college, or I guess some of them were in high school, but either still in college or coming out of college. And I was like, this is my opportunity to get better. Like, I'm a competitiveness is something that a lot of people say they're competitive. Like, that's fine. It's definitely been in my head that I've wanted to be the best at something. Like, that idea of being the best at something is very nefarious and unrealistic. And if that's something that you learn, but when you're young and when you're a younger player, it's like the sky's the limit. You want to be the best at anything you can be. So I saw this team Voodoo, and I'm like, this is my opportunity to grow. This is the right fit for me. Like, this is nothing. There's nothing that I want more. And I think I remember having a tryout, and I thought I played really well. And I thought I was just as good as a lot of the players there, and was cut outright. Didn't get an opportunity, so I was just like, I was pissed about it. And then, there was a time where I was trying out for like a new mixed team in town, and actually, there was a season where I was trying out for a mixed team in Seattle, as well as a club team called Emerald City Ultimate. And the first success, something that was really awesome for me, was that I made their first round of cuts. I made both teams' first round of cuts. And I was super excited about that and trying to give everything. And first I got cut by Emerald City Ultimate, and I was bummed. I was like, man, I really thought I had that one. Like, I played pretty well at the Flower Bowl tournament, and thought I was close. And then I ended up getting cut from this team Swagger because apparently I threw too hard, and that was almost like a safety team in my mind. Like, I'm like, that's all right. This team, they're still pretty good. I'm gonna grow and get better, but they cut me too, and I was sort of shocked that like nothing went right for me that season. I ended up playing with a team that it was something. I'll just put it that way. A team called Outlaw, and it was an experience. And all along, I had been trying out for Sockeye. Initially it was sort of this top level, like, that's there. Maybe one day I'll get there, but I'm not there yet. And more, I felt I was getting close and starting to get better and get there. And then pretty soon all I wanted was to make that first cut and then just gain some experience. And I did it over and over again. And I think I've tried out for Sockeye about 6 years now, and for one reason or another, have never made it past that first cut. And, you know, that hurts, and getting cut hurts. And honestly, it's not something that I could say it doesn't sting at all. It all still does a little bit, but it's not something that I take too personally anymore. I think every team has an idea of things that they're looking for, and has leadership that has different visions and different experience, and approaches things a different way. So I certainly, I don't take it personally anymore. But I also don't, I like to think that I don't give up. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I think the biggest reason is I know that failure, or whatever you want to call it, makes you better. And failure is the only thing that allows you to succeed. I think we all hear the stories about those like specially gifted people that just make it and didn't have to do anything. Some of those people are like, I don't know, like Justin Bieber, that didn't actually do all that much, but he was, talented enough, in the right place at the right time. And honestly, that's sort of how I see things working out. There happens to be a leadership in place that sees someone that is meeting a bar of certain qualifications, and it's a right place, right time scenario for someone that excels in one way or another, either significantly or not so. But that being said, this idea of failure making you better, and failure actually being kind of the only true path to success, unless you're lucky. And some people would say better to be lucky than talented. But even so, talent comes from failure. And I think that's why we practice. That's why we go and make mistakes. And because if we never challenge ourselves and never make mistakes, then we never grow from them. If you went and practiced Ultimate and did the same thing all the time, or was too cautious to throw and just dumped the disc every time, and never experimented with, maybe I'm just going to huck it deep this time and see how good my throw is. And I just threw it, but it went the wrong way and came out too fast. How can I adjust that to make it better? If you gave up right there, like, my throw never going to work, then of course you're going to approach it that way every single time. But if you take that and don't take it personally, like it's not necessarily like, it doesn't mean you're bad or you're a terrible person because something didn't go your way one way or another, because you failed at something. All that really means is maybe you didn't have enough of that experience just yet. Like, you haven't challenged yourself enough. You haven't practiced enough at doing something. And maybe you still don't get it. You keep practicing and you still don't get it. Maybe you'll never get it, but you could still find ways to work around things that maybe don't work. I think the toughest part is finding strength in that failure, and that's something you learn too. That's something that you have to practice as well. You have to practice failing and learning that it's going to hurt initially. You're going to take punches, and it's going to sting, and you can choose. You can choose to get back up and keep pushing and take another punch, and take another, and take another, until you learn to dodge it and move on to the next punch. You have to choose how you want to live your life, and I think there's a lot of benefits to finding strength in defeat. I think a lot of great players would tell you that they learn more losing a game than they ever did winning a game, and I think that really rings true.